Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Peter Barber. I'm primarily a professional opera singer, music producer, and a bass vocalist and host of the podcast Vocal Arts with Peter Barber. Today, the second video ever I've seen from CAKRA. This is going to be his performance on America's Got Talent. Just came out 2 days ago. Usually I am not very trendy keeping up with these things or doing quick turnarounds, but I'm going to do it for this one because I really enjoyed his performance, his cover of Tennessee Whiskey. I think he has an excellent voice, and I'm very excited to see what he sings here and how he sings it. It's very cool to see him on the big stage like this. I believe he is talented enough to go all the way in this competition. Guys, please do like, subscribe, comment for the algorithm, hit the bell for notifications, and if I am adding value to your listening experience, which is my #1 goal on this channel, please do consider joining my Patreon family for as little as $3 a month. It's the best way to support me as a creator, artist, and educator. Guys, this is a first-time reaction and analysis, so I will be pausing a lot to primarily talk about vocal technique and vocal colors and everything voice-related that CAKRA's going to be doing in this performance. If you'd like to watch the original video all the way straight through with no pauses, please do check out the link in the description and come back if you want to learn a lot about what he's doing and what makes him so talented. And without further ado, let's dive into CAKRA's performance on America's Got Talent 2023.
Hello everyone.
How are you?
I'm good.
Who are you?
My name is CAKRA. I'm from Indonesia. I'm 31 years old.
Wow.
Let's go.
So you are a singer, yeah?
Yes.
What kind of music do you love, and what kind of song will you be singing for us today?
I do really love blues. I do really love soul music. And I'm going to be singing soul music.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's called Make It Rain.
Make It Rain.
Make It Rain, yeah.
I want to know, if you would win this, what would you do with $1 million?
I want to have animal shelter.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you do? That is so nice. Sing away.
Thank you very
The stage
much.
is yours.
Seems like a really nice guy. Oh, I already like it.
When the sins of my father
Ooh.
will not let me go.
Oh my God. Yeah, dude. The man has got soul. Let's break it down. Let's break it down.
When the sins of my father.
So a big characteristic of soul music often is that kind of breathy, raspy, a bit of that gravel in the voice. It kind of makes it more raw, almost makes it more human. That in addition with a lot of riffing and, freelancing, essentially, kind of making up new things on the spot where it's not super, super structured aside from this blues chord progression. And we're in A flat minor. Go up here. Sorry, my teeny microscopic keyboard, very hard to play chords on. So we got blues progression in A flat minor, with a lot of riffing, and just pay attention to that breathiness that he's allowing. Actually, this really is his natural tone. Some singers have a natural tone that's much more efficient. There's much less air coming through the sound. This is all what, gives the singer their own unique vocal color, or timbre as it's called. And it's like a fingerprint. Every singer naturally has their own quality to their voice, which of course can be trained in a million different ways, but there is a natural sound to each person's voice that when untrained, especially untrained like classically, is most of what you get, and that's most of what people like about pop singers and non-classical singers, is it's kind of their raw natural vocal color, and then of course you can add training to that and kind of polish it. But that's part of what's so captivating about pop singers, young pop singers especially, is it's kind of a raw talent. CAKRA has a naturally more breathy voice with a little bit of that gravel, and it's so good for soul music. It's like it just makes it more soulful somehow, because it almost sounds it sounds imperfect in that way. When you have that breathiness and raspiness, and it's not a, perfectly clean phonation from the vocal folds. I love his voice. It's amazing. It's such a cool voice.
When the sins of my father.
And kind of bending the notes instead of, and I see my father, whatever he says, it's, and I see my father. I don't know what the words are, but instead of that, do, it's, ooh. It's allowing that note to bend and kind of, it's like intentionally being a little bit messier and less clean with the pitch.
When the sins of my father.
Yeah, everyone knows immediately. Go like just it's like riffing. That's probably an unplanned riff as far as exactly the notes he's choosing, but people who are really good at riffing, really skilled riffers, can just riff. They kind of think about what they want to do and just let the voice do it. That's probably what's happening here. There were some guys in my undergrad a cappella group who were phenomenal at riffing, and they would do that. They would just make up really complex riffs on the spot. Whereas me, I can do like very basic riffs. It's just not in my talent. And then I can learn them, especially for like classical music. I can learn them. But someone like CAKRA can just do them, can just do really complicated riffs.
Well, now let me go.
Yep. Come on.
And I know that can come fire from the sky to refine the purest of keys.
Something else about two other things about his voice. Some people were mentioning to me he's like a bass voice. He's got a low voice. He actually does not have a low voice at all. Definitely a tenor. But because of the gravel and the raspiness, it comes across as lower because it comes across as like a warmer, gravelly tone. And so to people's ears, their perception, if they're not actually paying attention to pitch, it can actually sound lower. But I'll show you right here how high he's singing. It's very much in the tenor range. That he got, the lowest he got, and he can barely phonate down there as an A flat 2. Listen to this. All the way up to A flat 4. 2 octaves higher, and that's where his voice is really strong, right? In that much higher chest range. So that's the note he could barely get down to. A natural bass voice can go much, much, much lower than that.
And I know that can come fire from the sky to refine the purest of keys.
That's the stank face when you're hearing a crazy blues riff. So good. And you can tell he's just feeling it. He's just feeling it out there and giving a hell of a performance.
That can come fire from the sky to refine the purest of keys. And even though I know this fire brings me pain.
So he's just sitting on E flat 4s, which is actually like pretty high for a bass voice, and he's very, very comfortable there. I would certainly call him a tenor. At lowest, a high baritone.
Even so, just the same. Make it right, make it right.
Also, he has a wonderful vibrato. Make it right. Just like ripping that high A flat 4. That was the other thing I wanted to comment on. Now we got to stop from Simon. Let's see. Maybe he's going to sing something else. It's not because he's bad. I promise you that.
I think you have a great voice. I didn't like the track, though.
It's all part of the drama. It's the producers. Don't worry, guys.
Did you bring another song with you?
Yes,
Okay, great. Great. Let's do it.
I grew up with Bob Marley, and my late father used to play this song all the time before I go to school.
We love a good story on these shows. We love a
the
good
No
story.
Woman No Cry.
I have a number of friends, a number of colleagues who've been on these shows, and some of the backstories are true. This one might be 100% true. Some of them are not. Some of them are very much fabricated by the producers to make it a more compelling story. So I don't know about CAKRA. I don't know about his history. But this kind of thing, stop him. Do you have another song prepared? Oh, yes, I have another song. It's perfectly prepared, ready to go. The music's already queued up. That's producers. But Simon often has a great judge for telling someone to sing something different. I've seen him do it multiple times, and he does absolutely have an ear for what will work for a singer's voice. So big props there. So let's see what he does. I bet it's going to be just as good or better as the first one. Oh boy, he's going to make us cry.
Said I remember when we used to sing in a government church in Trenchtown.
So, actually, personally, I like the blues more in this voice. This to me sounds more like almost like a crooner song. Not a crooner song, but more of like a crooner song or a song where a cleaner phonation might suit it better. But I'm not going to judge too much too soon. Let's see where this piece goes. Because, like, to me, his vocal talent comes from, in my opinion, the unique color of his sound and how that fits the kind of pain in a lot of blues and soulful music. The kind of pain and angst therein, it kind of really suits the voice well. And CAKRA Khan does really well when he can riff and really follow a chord progression, maybe a faster chord progression, or one that has moving parts where he can really riff around and kind of experiment and just let his voice roll. Longer sustained tones with this kind of gritty rasp don't work quite as well, in my opinion. The longer sustained, big legato, like smooth singing generally works better for a cleaner phonation. Why, you may ask? Because a cleaner phonation, you're actually using less air. It's a more efficient use of the sound, and so you can sustain long phrases much easier. If you have a raspy tone or a breathy tone, you physically can't sustain super long phrases because the air runs out too quickly. So just keep that in your noggins. See, he pretty much is running out of air just after a few seconds because he's got that rasp, that breathiness in the sound, which is what makes his voice so cool and unique. It's just not so well suited for really long phrases in one breath.
Mingle with the good people and me. Good friends we have, good friends we lost. So dry your tears, I say. If you know the words, sing with me. No woman or cry.
Oh, it's a totally different arrangement of No Woman to Cry. I didn't even recognize the song. Didn't even recognize it.
No woman or cry. No woman or cry.
Damn, audience sounds pretty good.
Oh, little darling.
That guy.
Don't shed no tears now.
Yes, just let him go. Just like, if it's too structured or if he stays on one note too long, it loses a bit of that power. If you can just let his voice go off the hook, hold a pitch for a second, riff around to another pitch, hold that pitch for a second, land on like a pitch with suspension or dissonance for a hot second, then riff around to another one, that's where he really thrives.
Don't shed no tears now. No woman no cry.
He sounds great on both. I love his voice. I really, really love his voice. In my opinion, his voice works better for the blues soulful stuff, as opposed to this Bob Marley arrangement. Phenomenal, though. All right, let's see. Let's see what Simon feels about that. Normally I wouldn't watch these outros, but you guys seem to like it when I did it for Putri Ariani.
I mean,
so.
you have a very unique, very sexy, very raspy voice.
That's right, Heidi.
Wow.
Yep.
I mean, you do have a voice that really stands out, that you will not forget. It's very, very special.
Thank you.
Hunt it.
What did you think, Simon?
It's so rare to hear voices like that.
The second song, Getting to Know You, makes you more interesting. It makes me feel like you're more of an artist.
I absolutely love your voice. Love it.
Thank you.
Interesting take there. But yes, we love your voice, Chaka Khan.
It's so special to hear you sing that.
Yeah.
You made it all yours. I mean, and that voice of yours is
That's right. Let him do his thing. Let him do his thing.
Memorable, unique voice. Everybody was on their feet, and we could feel the emotion. You're amazing.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Let's go, Chaka Khan.
All right, let's vote. Howie.
Obvious yes.
Second yes from me.
Of
Sophia.
course, yes.
Simon.
4 yeses.
Yeah. I feel like I have personal stake in him because I've done videos before he was on America's Got Talent.
He's good.
Chakra Khan, give me a hug, man. Your spirit
Amazing.
is amazing.
He's got a great sounding voice,
Yeah.
and it's a unique voice. Like when you
Beautiful.
hear that,
Big time.
you're gonna know it's him.
Yes.
You are incredible.
No question.
I'm ready.
Oh, you flew a long way, and it was worth it. All
His
right,
voice,
God bless you.
his voice is breathy naturally. You can hear it in his speaking voice. It's naturally a breathy voice, and the more power he puts into it, the more gritty it sounds, the more raspy it sounds. So if he's like lower in his range, kind of singing a little softer, it kind of just sounds a little breathy and like warm. And then when he gets louder, it sounds really gravelly and raspy, which are different qualities. And that has to do with the actual phonation happening at the level of the vocal folds. Let's watch the last few seconds and wrap it up.
You, Chakra Khan is so amazing. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, that was it. Wonderful. So cool to see Chaka Khan on this. I mean, his Tennessee Whiskey is one of the best covers I've ever seen on that song. He really does have a very unique color, a unique timbre to his voice. He's extremely good at riffing. My opinion, this kind of singer, you just got to let them do their thing. Give them a loose structure to operate in, like a blues progression, and let them riff, let them hit high notes however long they feel like it. Don't make them sustain for a specific amount of time. Let them cook. Let them cook. Let the man cook. That's my advice to all the producers on AGT who are obviously all watching this right now. Let the man cook. Let him do his thing. Quick story. I was never really friends with this guy because we were in the group at different times, but there was a guy named Ryan Sill who was a member of Exit 245 at James Madison University, the a cappella group I was in. Absolutely mega talented singer. Just a beautiful, light voice. You can probably still look up videos of him. I'm sure you can. Incredible at riffing. Very handsome. And when he got to JMU and joined the group, the Sill thrill happened where the whole school was like 18,000 students just buzzing about him. He was like a celebrity on campus. Then he goes on The Voice in like 2014 or 15. And he goes on The Voice, and they give him a bunch of bullshit songs, that's the opera word, repertoire, that does not show off what his voice does. They gave him songs with like no riffing whatsoever, and they were making him do like alternative rock stuff when he has this really like sweet voice. Like he sings the best Santa Claus is Coming to Town you've ever heard in your freaking life. And they had him singing like Muse, and like I love Muse, but it's just not fitting for his voice. And they like torpedoed his chances. If they had given him rep that was really good, actually good for his voice, he would have won. Like he was the best singer on the show, no question. So shout out to Ryan Sill. You're still mega talented, my guy. They did you dirty on The Voice. That's just a little anecdote. So let Chaka Khan give him music like that blues progression that's going to really show him off. And that is the Barber hot take of, what day is it? July 21st, 2023. You heard it here first. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Hope you gained value and appreciation for this amazing artist, this amazing singer. That's my number one goal here. If you are enjoying the content and if I'm adding to your listening and musical experience, please do consider joining my Patreon for as little as $3 a month. It's the best way to support me, and you do get some epic, awesome benefits. Everyone in the Patreon family is wonderful. It's really becoming a big, thriving, fun community. So check that out. Links in the description below. Like, subscribe, comment for the algorithm. Do it. And subscribe. Also subscribe. A lot of you still aren't subscribed. Subscribe, please. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.